What have we got plans for 2024? What's
Can I get away with just next releasing the single I released after Murder and just like repeating the last 20 years?
And Sophie Ellis-Bextor is with us now.
Thank you, guys.
Lovely to have you back.
Oh, Sophie,
Nice to see you.
Lovely to see you. So I'm just going to start straight away. Have you seen the movie?
I have seen Saltburn, yes.
Okay.
Have you?
Yes. I have to say I loved it. And were you aware where your music would be placed?
Yes. I can't say it with a straight face. Yes. And that was actually a large part of the reason I said yes.
Large part.
Because I thought it sounded like something I had to see.
For those of you who haven't seen the film, the song features alongside the naked star of the movie.
Yes.
Is that? I mean, is
very
that not a
naked,
very good
very
description?
uninhibited with some amazing moves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well
how does that,
summarised,
is that how it's pitched to you? Because I'm intrigued to know how these things happen. Because presumably a producer rings you and says, "Can we use the song for a film?" Is that how it works?
Yep. So I got asked my approval, and it had a little synopsis of how the song would be used, and it basically said exactly what you've just said.
Right.
And I knew it was Emerald Fennell that was writing and directing, so I knew it was in safe hands, and I thought it sounded like fun. And then when I went to the screening, it was sort of like 10 a.m. on a weekday morning, and I went along with my mum and my husband and my 19-year-old, and my brother. It was a proper like family and everything. And there was a moment where my poor 19-year-old sat in between me and his grandma. I had my head in my hands a couple of times over. You can probably imagine when you've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah. But he loved it, actually, so we survived.
Does it happen a lot? Do you get asked to do, I mean, have you ever turned down a film that had approached you and asked if they could use one of your songs? Or
Actually, not very often, because I'm usually quite intrigued, and I think one of the magic things about music is you put the song out in the world and then it has this little adventure without you, and I quite like seeing how other people view it and what their relationship with the song is like. And I think it's quite a good instinct to follow, because I think what's happened with Saltburn has been incredible. So I'm all for the magic of like what might happen next, really.
And I guess there's something slightly timeless about that song in a way, because I remember
it's absolutely brilliant.
I remember it clearly when it came out.
Yes.
It had a kind of retro feel to it anyway.
It's on
didn't
my
it?
daughter's playlist. It's always been on the playlist.
We haven't stopped playing. We haven't stopped playing it here on Heart. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Which
you.
is amazing.
And I mean, I've always been happy to sing it as well. I really have a very good relationship with that song, so that's a happy thing too.
Yeah.
Right.
Fantastic.
And do you get? I mean, presumably you can't get away with playing live and not performing that song.
I've never experimented with it anyway. I think I hear stories about, singers and bands who don't have a good relationship with the songs that they're known for, but I just don't, luckily I don't relate to that. And I think Murder's always been a bit of a gift, really, because it seems to be a song that people have with their friends, or it reminds them of a holiday or a time in their life that's happy. So why would I not want to celebrate
Give the people
that?
what they want. That's what I say.
It's nice for me too, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice for me too.
And have you met Barry now that you're, the actor who plays
you're familiar.
the familiar? Yeah, because you're.
I have met Barry,
Right.
yes. We had a little giggle. Like when we first locked eyes, we just sort of laughed. But I do think he did a brilliant job. And actually, he said that he wasn't really worried about the nudity. It was the dancing that he was a bit fazed by. But I think he was excellent.
Yeah,
Right.
he did so well. He did
There's so much to terrify any actor
I know.
in that scene.
He's quite fearless in the movie, full stop. I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
He's a
yes.
remarkable young
Yeah.
actor. And so what's happening now? So as far as you're concerned, what have we got plans for 2024? What's...
Can I get away with just next releasing the single I released after Murder and just like repeating the last 20 years? I could just start
At some
again.
stage you're going to get rumbled. I know what she's doing.
This feels familiar. What's she doing? I'm actually starting to work on a new album.
Oh, amazing.
So, and actually, I'd already decided I wanted to make a pop dance album. So there's a nice serendipity in the air that it's kind of come full circle with this song.
And introduced you to a whole new audience. So that's the best thing about this. This is fantastic.
It's lovely. And, what I've always loved about what I do is the fact that I can't predict what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
And at any point you might get a phone call or an email and it just sort of changes the course of what you're up to. And I think what's happened with Murder on the Dancefloor is a perfect example of that. Luckily, it's something I really like about what I do.
We have young sons, same age, same school.
Yep.
He wasn't alive when that song came out.
No, none of my kids were alive when it came out.
What's it
Even
like?
my nearly 20-year-old.
As a young teenage boy, what does he make of what mum does for a living? Does he think it's pretty
So
cool?
not
or-
much, really.
You don't get much out of them at that age.
I mean, my eldest has always been quite sweetly supportive, but Kit, my 14-year-old, really makes me giggle because whenever I do a gig, I mean, I did one in London about 10 minutes from our house just before Christmas, and he just didn't fancy it. So of all my children, he was the one that didn't come. He's just at home on his own, and I think I quite love that. Like, he doesn't need to be
Just
my
don't
fan,
care.
you know.
No,
He's just there, and
exactly.
I think he's finding what's happening in Murder on the Dance Floor on TikTok absolutely mortifying. I just can't wait for this to pass.
'Cause, again, another thing that wasn't around when the song came out originally.
No.
I mean, now that's a real consideration, isn't it, for any
TikTok
artist?
is the thing. I mean, you can, it's
You've gotta be on
incredible
TikTok,
what it does
right?
for music.
Yeah, and it also means that all songs are sort of out simultaneously
Yeah.
for kids. Like, so even my 5-year-old, I'll hear him singing something from the 60s and then something from the 80s. And
Yeah.
it's just because it's almost like every song that was ever released is all out all the time for them because they can pick from anything.
Yeah.
But how
Which is fair. It's a
glorious.
fair race. Like Last Christmas being #1 for Wham.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah, that's amazing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, and again, my little ones, you know, they know every word.
Well, listen, it's lovely to catch up again.
Yes,
good
you
luck,
too.
Good luck with the new album.
Thank you.
And it's lovely to see you. Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
This is Heart.